My family dinner was a disaster waiting to happen. I stood up, wine glass in hand, and announced I was trying for a baby, then watched my mother choke on her mashed potatoes. The room fell silent, forks frozen midair, as my brother Tom smirked like he'd just heard the punchline to a joke I didn't get. I thought it was nerves. But now, a week later, I'm staring at a cardboard box on my doorstep, Tom's scrawled note taped to it. "You're not ready for this. Sarah." My name is Sarah Miller, 32, married to Ethan, the kind of guy who'd build a crib with his bare hands if I asked. We'd been trying for a baby for months, charting cycles, eating kale, and praying to every fertility god Google could name. That dinner was supposed to be my big moment, a declaration to my parents, Tom and his wife, Lisa, that we were ready to grow our family. I expected hugs, maybe tears, not mom's panicked gasp or dad's awkward cough. Tom just leaned back, arms crossed, his dark eyes glinting with something I couldn't place. Amusement, resentment. Lisa, ever the peacemaker, changed the subject to her new yoga class. But the air stayed thick, like we'd all swallowed secrets instead of roast beef. The next morning, Ethan and I laughed it off. "They'll come around," he said, kissing my forehead. "Tom's just being Tom." My brother had always been the wild card, brilliant, charming, but sharp-edged, like a knife you don't see until it's too close. Growing up, he'd been my protector, the one who'd scare off bullies or sneak me ice cream when mom wasn't looking. But lately, he'd grown distant, his visits rare, his words clipped. I chalked it up to his high-flying tech job, the kind that kept him in boardrooms and out of our lives. Still, his smirk at dinner lingered like a bad dream. Now, but this box, it's heavy, the kind of weight that feels wrong, like it's holding more than objects. I drag it inside, my heart thudding. Ethan's at work, so it's just me, the box, and Tom's note. I tear it open, expecting baby clothes, a cruel joke, maybe a diaper bag stuffed with his old sarcasm. Instead, I find a stack of letters, yellowed and creased, bound with a red ribbon. Beneath them, a photo album, its cover faded but embossed with our family name. My hands shake as I untie the ribbon. The first letter is in Mom's handwriting, dated 20 years ago. "Dear Tom," it begins. "I'm sorry we kept this from you." I sink to the floor, the words blurring. The letter talks about a secret, something about Tom's childhood, something they couldn't bear to tell him. I flip through more dozens of them, each one a confession, a plea, a fragment of a story I wasn't part of. The photo album is worse. Pictures of Tom as a kid, but not with us. A different house, a different woman holding him, smiling like she's his mother. My stomach twists. Was Tom adopted, hidden, stolen? My mind races, but the pieces don't fit. Why would he leave this for me? Why now? The doorbell rings, sharp and jarring. It's Tom, standing there in his leather jacket, eyes like storm clouds. "You read it?" he asks, voice low. I nod, clutching the letters. "Why didn't you just tell me?" I whisper. He laughs, bitter. "Tell you what, Sarah, that our family's a lie, that your perfect little plan to play house doesn't fit with the truth." He steps closer, and for the first time, I'm scared of him. Not because he's threatening, but because he's unraveling, and I don't know what's at the bottom of it. He tells me to follow him. Against my better judgment, I do. We drive to a diner on the edge of town, the kind with flickering neon and coffee that tastes like regret, over greasy fries. Tom spills it all. Our parents, he says, adopted him when he was 5, after his biological mother, some woman named Claire, disappeared. They never told him, never told me, raised us like we were blood. But Tom found out last year, digging through old files for a work project. I confronted them, he says, voice breaking. They begged me to keep quiet, said it'd ruin you, ruin everything. I'm reeling. Ruin me. Why? Tom's eyes narrow. Because you're the golden child. Sarah, the one they pinned their hopes on. Me, I'm the secret they buried. He pulls out another photo, this one recent, of a woman who looks like an older version of the one in the album. Claire, she's alive, he says, and she wants to meet you. The next week is a blur. Ethan holds me as I cry, trying to make sense of a family I thought I knew. I meet Claire at a park, her hands trembling as much as mine. She's kind, broken, full of stories about a son she lost to a system she couldn't fight. She doesn't blame my parents, but every word she says cracks the foundation of my world. I want to hate her, to hate Tom for dragging me into this. But all I feel is grief for him, for her, for the lies we've all lived. Back home, the box sits like a ghost in the corner. Ethan wants to burn it, but I can't let it go. It's proof of something bigger, something we need to face. I call a family meeting. No wine this time, just raw truth. Mom sobs. Dad stares at the floor, and Tom watches me like I'm a bomb about to go off. I lay out the letters, the photos, Claire's story. Why didn't you tell us, I ask, my voice steady despite the ache. Mom reaches for my hand, but I pull back. We wanted to protect you, she says. Protect me or protect their perfect image. The fight that follows is ugly. Words we can't take back. Accusations that cut deeper than knives. Tom storms out. Mom collapses in tears, and Dad just sits there, silent as always. Ethan tries to mediate, but even he's out of his depth. I'm left wondering if my dream of a baby, of a family, was built on a fault line. How do you bring a child into a world this fractured? Weeks pass. Tom stops answering my calls. Claire sends me a letter, thanking me for listening, but I can't bring myself to reply. Not yet. Ethan and I keep trying for a baby, but every negative test feels like a verdict. One night, I find myself back at the box, reading the letters again. There's one I missed, tucked at the bottom, from Dad to Tom. You're our son, it says. No matter what. I cry for hours, not sure if it's anger or relief. Slowly, we start to rebuild. Mom and I talk, really talk, for the first time in years. She admits they were wrong to hide the truth, but they loved Tom too much to risk losing him. Dad opens up about his own fears, how he thought silence was strength. Even Tom comes around, showing up one day with coffee and an apology. I shouldn't have dropped that box on you, he says. I was angry. Not at you. We don't hug, it's too soon, but it's a start. Claire becomes a quiet part of our lives. She doesn't push, but she's there. A reminder that family isn't just blood. It's choice, messy and imperfect. Ethan and I decide to keep trying, not because the world is perfect, but because we believe in second chances. The box stays in the attic, a relic of truth we're still learning to carry. What do you think? Was Tom right to force the truth on me, or should he have kept it buried? Should our parents have told us sooner, or was their silence justified? Share your thoughts on family secrets, truth, and forgiveness. Where do you draw the line?